Essentially, the war was won by many people fighting together. And one of the trademarks of the Call of Duty franchise has been no one fights alone. But something new that we'd like to bring to the table is no nation fights alone. And it took many different nations fighting together to help win the war. And that's why we really attached ourselves to the idea of the Canadians and the Polish. The Polish, 39th Armored Division, obviously being beaten out of their homeland, and then fighting back several times and losing, and then finally being a part of the Allies with the Sherman Firefly push forward. So with COD 3, we tell those stories all at the same time. So while you're accomplishing something in an American mission, you're then switching over to a British SAS mission behind enemy lines to secure and do an objective, which then allows the French Canadians to move in and do their particular missions. Essentially, we've got third and first person driving now in the game. We have the battle actions, which you'll encounter melee combat, with enemies, or whether you're planting a charge or rowing a boat across a river. As far as like the next gen, you'll see stuff with the grass. Everything is moving in the environment, so the grass can get trampled, the trees will be moving, you'll see planes in the sky, new shaders, new renderer, and a streaming engine. And what the streaming engine allows us to do is it allows us to have levels that are 3 to 4 times longer than your average COD level up to this point. So now you'll be playing the level and pushing through it even for a longer amount of time. And then when you get to the end of the level, you don't even get a loading bar. What you get is a in-game seamless storytelling cinematic of us explaining the Normandy breakout to you while it's happening. So it just keeps going, a very fluid and smooth experience. You'll also have multipaths. Multipaths will happen about once a level, and they basically empower the player with a particular choice of how to encounter and deal with a particular situation. Is we wanted to bring a couple of new weapons to the table, as well as some vehicles. So for instance, when you're the British and you're sneaking behind enemy lines, you have an SAS Jeep that's got twin Vickers on it, right? So that's completely new to the franchise. We've also got light machine guns, so the player will be able to run around now and use 30 cal machine guns and MC-34s and set them up in defensive positions to help them get through the particular level. Right? Because so many people are familiar with the franchise, and because so many people are comfortable with it, we had to push it just a little bit further to keep the excited fans, interested and crazy with the difficulty setting. So one of our new features in the franchise is you have the ability to throw grenades back, right? So we have an achievement, throw 5 grenades back in a level. We've got different achievements that include getting through a level with only using melee. So the players are going to be able to have a lot of fun achieving the achievements. And of course we've got our veteran, that's the big bad boy, that's the one that's going to be worth the most points. But the story is very important. Last year we were able to win a Interactive Academy award for story development and character development in a first-person shooter. That's not that common, right? Most people don't play first-person shooters because they want an amazing story, but that's something we bring to the table. And when you get 24 people in a game, it turns into sheer chaos. It's absolutely magnificent and beautiful, and it's almost terrifying. And we'll have maps that support all of that, with the vehicles and online persistent stats and our new classes, everything coming together to really take the Call of Duty franchise to another level on the multiplayer side. So we had a dedicated team working on multiplayer throughout the whole production process. That's how serious we take our online community.